Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. I hope you're all doing well. I have this lovely little hexagon shaped box to share with you today. Isn't it cute? Now this is a recent make we did in Car Club. I have an online car club that I host in my Facebook group, and we have once a month we gather one evening to craft together, and this is one of the projects we made, so I thought I'd share it with you too. I was so pleased with how it came out. Now I have two pieces of old olive, but this is the first piece, and they both actually measure, what do they measure? They measure 5 3/4 inches by 6.5 inches. So on the slightly longer side, the 6.5 inch side, we are going to score. Very easy. 2, 4 and 6. So let's bring our other piece in as well at 6.5 and do the same thing. 2, 4, because they're both scored exactly the same. 6. Then I'm going to turn it around to the short side, which is the 5 3/4 inch side, and you're going to score here again at 2 and at 4 and then at 5 1/4. Let's do it on this piece again. 2, 4 and 5 1/4. Okay, I'm going to keep my scoring tool because we're going to need it. I'm just going to get rid of the scoreboard. Okay, now I'm going to get my ruler out because you're going to need your ruler for this bit. So let me see if I can find mine. It always seems to hide exactly when I need it for some reason. Whoops. Come here, ruler. Here it is. Okay, so we need to mark on each of these squares here, or rectangles, the middle. So the middle is going to, this was 2, 4, 6, so the middle is always going to be at 1 inch. So you just want to mark that middle. You can do it with a pencil or your score tool, whatever you like. I'm just going to use my score tool, and I'm just going to mark the middle at 1 inch all the way along. You can sort of see there where I've done it. I'm going to do the same on this side here. I'm going to mark 1 inch. I'm sorry if you can hear some background noises. I film way ahead of time, so I'm actually filming this in the middle of August, and temperature today is due here in Lincoln to get to 30 degrees, so I've got the window open at the moment. So I do apologise for any noise you might hear. So we've marked, as you can see there again, the middle point, and now what we're going to do is we're going to score from that middle point to the next score line down, just like that. And we're going to do that across all of our boxes, and I'll show you in a second. So just this diagonal line down, scoring a few times, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. So you're going to create like this triangle, point to point. Sorry about the squeak. Don't know if you can sort of pick it up. There you can, like that, and you're going to do the same across all of these. So let's do that now. So if you're enjoying these videos, I'd be very grateful if you could give it a thumbs up. It really helps to make my videos become more visible on YouTube. It helps any channel if you do that, and I would really love it if you subscribed to my channel. I'm trying to reach 500 subbies, and at that point I'm going to have a giveaway, so if you could help me reach that landmark for me, I'd be ever so grateful. Okay, so that's how it's going to look on that one, and now we're going to repeat exactly the same along here. So, do you like to make boxes and bags, or do you prefer to make cards? Let me know in the comments below what sort of paper crafting you enjoy doing. I tend to do a lot, as you can tell from my channel. I do a lot of cards, and also boxes and bags. One thing you don't see on my channel very often is scrapbooking and art journaling, but I do that and do love it. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see on my channel, art journaling, scrapbooking as well. I'd love to know your thoughts. Okay, so now you can see we've done exactly the same triangles along there. Okay, so now we are going to just fold all of these score lines that we've created. Let's do this quick sticks, just like this. And then for these ones here, these diagonals, I'm just going to pinch with my fingers. I found personally this was just for me the easiest way to get these score lines moving and a grooving, is just to use the good old fingers and do it. For straight score lines, burnishing tool is invaluable, bone folder. For diagonal ones like that, fiddly ones I should say, fingers, good old-fashioned fingers, do the job very well. So I'm going to go one way on this one and then the other way, just because I want to get those score lines really working. Break those fibres down. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so time to do some cutting. So you can see here at the top we've got our triangles, then we have two rectangles down here, or squares I should say. You are going to cut up to the score line from the base to that first score line, like that. And then this little piece, 1/2 inch here, you're going to cut off at an angle, just like that. So let's cut up to the score line here. Just like that. And for each of these tabs that we've released now, I am going to just do a very gentle mitre cut, just nothing amazing, just a very gentle cut, just like this, just to take some of the bulk out and make it a bit easier to fold our box together. And if our scoring hasn't been totally accurate, this will just help everything to sit nicely. So that's that one. Oh, and at the top here on the 1/2 inch side, I'm also going to just take out just a tiny little bit like that. So let's do this one up to the score line and cut this off at an angle, just like that, and a little angle at the top. And then up to the score line for these tabs, to release these tabs. 1, 2, and then we are going to just take out these little angles here. And the next thing we're going to do is start to put our box together. So let's get rid of all these bits here. Okay, so you've got two bits that are exactly the same now, and you're going to want to stick one to the other. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to take this little edge with your 1/2 inch here and stick it to the side here where you don't have the 1/2 inch. So it's going to look like that. So you have one big piece. Okay, so let's get some glue. And I'm just going to put a tiny amount so as I is splodging it out along there. And then just take your time to line it up straight. Using wet glue rather than dry glue I find is useful here because it stops you from, it gives you that wiggle room to allow you to make a mistake and adjust things. So there we go. And then we're going to just fold in the other side exactly the same. So a little bit of glue. And that'll do. And just fold this in and line everything up so it's straight, and give it a good press down. And there you can see our box starting to come together. What I'm going to do now before I go any further is stick down my pattern paper. Now I've used Happy Forest Friends, and I've cut down some pieces here, and these all measure 1 3/4 inch squared, but all these measurements that we've gone through will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find that link in the description box below, alongside all my other links, all my social media links, etc. It's all there for your convenience, and also there you'll find the supply list. So do have a look if you're interested. That's where it all is. So we're just going to stick, we've got 6 of these little ones to stick down. We're just going to stick them along here. Now the first time I made this I really struggled to get a nice hexagon shape along the bottom, but then I found a trick to help me, and I'll show you that trick in just a second. And it makes making this funny kind of shape box an absolute doddle. So let's finish sticking down our little bits of pretty paper. I like this very autumnal paper with the tree stumps and the acorns and the falling leaves. But being such a drought here where I am in Lincoln, I don't know where in your part of the country what it's like, but it really is bad here in Lincoln at the moment, in the middle of August. Our leaves are all starting to fall down. You know, long before they're meant to fall, leaves are falling down. Even on the evergreen trees, they're just conserving their energy. Okay, so there we have our pieces all stuck down. Now we are going to set that aside because we don't need it yet. You would think we're going to do the base, but we're going to do the base in a different way. Now I went online and I found a hexagon shape where each of the sides was 2 inches, and I printed it off, and this is what makes making this bag so easy, because this will allow us to get the base exactly right. Now all we're going to do is trace around the bottom of the base with a pencil. So I'm just going to do, what I'm going to do so it stops moving is I'm using just a little bit of repositional tape. And I'm just going to stick this down. You can see where I did the last one here. And then I'm just going to draw around it. If you want, you can use your ruler to help you draw around it. Just like this. And this is what's going to give you the perfect hexagon shape. So I'm going to cut 2 of these out, and then I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've cut 2 of these hexagons out. I'm not worried about the pencil marks because you're not going to see them. So let's bring back our base here, and we're going to set it up on its little head. And we're going to use one of these. I'm going to just open these flaps up like this. There we go. And one of these is going to go in here to create the base. So we're going to start off by putting glue, you'll see how this works, on one of these tabs. Just one, no more. And you're going to line up the side of your hexagon here with the base of your tab, and you're going to attach it. Just like that. So just line it up so that it's lined up at the seam down there. This is when the wet glue gives you this great amount of wriggle room. Just like that. and then you're going to want to put glue on the opposite tab here and do exactly the same. You're going to want to line this up with the seam. It can be a little fiddly, but just take your time. And hold it in position like that. And then on the other side, give it a press down. So those two pieces have really taken. Okay, and now we can proceed to glue in the other pieces. Just like this. And then on the opposite side, once they're all glued, give it a really good press down. You could use your bone folder to do this, but this is quite a big base. My fingers will do the job very well. And you're just going to give it a really good press down. Now, the base doesn't look very pretty, so this is when I'm going to add the second hexagon that we cut out. And this also just helps to reinforce the base as well. And you're just going to line that up on the base. Like so. And then again, give it a good press down. And that's your base. It looks all pretty and you've got the perfect hexagon shape. Okay, so now these pieces are all going to want to come in, so we're going to start to, those are why we did all those rectangles, to encourage them all in, just like that. But we need somehow to put this together, and we're going to use our crocodile to make some holes. So you're going to make a hole on this score line here, a little way in, and I'm using my crocodile because it's easier, just like that. So the next two I'm going to pinch together. I'm going to keep going round. Just on the score line. Keep going around. Sometimes it feels like there's a never-ending number. But we are on the last one now. There we have all our holes in, so we can get rid of the crocodile and just get rid of all these little bits that have come out of the crocodile. Okay, so I'm just going to give my base a better push down to make sure it's all stuck. There we go. Now I'm going to use some of this seam binding. This is the crinkled seam binding that I'm using. White crinkled seam binding. Okay, and all I'm going to do is, I've got one here, one of my tapestry needles, and I'm just going to feed the ribbon through the tapestry needle. This is another tip, it's really useful, and then it's so easy just to feed your ribbon through. You can just feed it through. And then of course I had to pull it out of my needle because I'm that clever. Ugh. Come on, baby shoes. Come on. Not so easy to feed it through when your fingers are a bit gluey, but there we go. Sometimes you panic and then you don't get anything done. Don't you find? Okay, get rid of that. So now we can just pull in our box, and we're going to tie this off with an attempt at a bow. So let's see how we do. Making a bit of a pig's breakfast of it already, but anyway. Yeah. Doesn't help when you're a bit sticky and hot, which is where I am at the moment. It's not good when you're trying to film and you've got a whole bunch of lights, studio lights shining on you as well when you're hot already. So there is our little bow. It'll have to do. It looks pretty enough. And that is our box. There are 2 boxes made. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm very proud, I think, of it. I think they look fabulous, but that's just me. So if you did like it, as I said, I'd be so grateful if you could give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to future videos. And I said all the links you might ever want are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!